We've asked a number of our tutors to give specific advice to you about coming to an audition at NYO, and you'll hear a range of voices over all of the instruments. So I recommend that you listen to all of them and get the biggest possible picture.
When someone walks through the door, what we are wanting that young person to do is to shine. We want to hear them play at their absolute level best. We want them to enjoy the experience. We want to hear their character in their playing, and we want to witness their enthusiasm for music and music making and playing their instrument.
Really what we want to have is a really lovely, enjoyable musical experience. We want to see your musical commitment and imagination, and then alongside that we also need to see the technical skills that you need to cope in NYO where the repertoire is difficult.
And what I'm looking for when they play is freedom on their instrument, confidence, something to say, something to grab my attention, something which is going to be vital to the rest of the audition, really.
We're hoping to see somebody who's well organised, well prepared and enthusiastic about what they're doing, but someone who you feel confidence in from the moment they walk in the door that they're going to give a really convincing performance.
It's so important for wind players to make the most beautiful sound. It's the first thing that the lay person hears. Is that person, do they sound beautiful? The other thing to do is, can you blend? You might have the most beautiful sound in a solo, but how do you accompany? As wind players, we have to project and be soloists, and then a second later, we have to be a supporting blending role.
You know, violins often have to play high, so we need good intonation so that we can blend as a section. And we need really good bow use, particularly at the frog. We sometimes find that that's a more difficult area for people to be comfortable.
I would recommend to play something which they can express their love for the music, their love for the instrument, something that's not too difficult and something which is not too easy. Take it away from the Associated Board or the Guildhall or the Trinity exams and play something which they really enjoy playing, which is going to tell us a lot about them.
I would ask the musicians and their teachers to choose their repertoire carefully to make sure the two pieces are properly contrasting. So maybe from a classical era and then a romantic era.
Play something that you really want to play. You know, be driven by your passion for music.
I would recommend that students learn the piano part, even practice their own part from the piano part and mark the piano part up. So when you actually come to the audition, the pianist, who's a professional pianist, will understand where you're making Ritz, where you're making rubato, dynamics. So you're actually playing from the same hymn sheet, really.
You play to your strengths. I think you should talk to your teacher. Find out what they think your strengths are. They might be different to what you think. And so if you've got a beautiful sound, play with maybe a slow melody that really shows off your tone colours. And if you've got great articulation, maybe a spiky piece. We want to see what you can do.
After you've played your two contrasting pieces, what we're really looking and what we're really interested in are the extracts. They hold huge importance for us as a panel because apart from anything else, it's the one thing that everyone has to play that's in common, so it's like for like. We have so many applicants, and what we're trying to do is build a strong and complementary section. And therefore, if we hear everyone playing the same four extracts, we get a really good idea of where to put you within the section and what you can really do and how you blend with others.
But if we can tell that they're hearing the other instruments in the score in their head and playing along with them and judging the phrasing and all the subtleties of the musical score, then we know we've got a special young musician in front of us.
They are just as important as your pieces, so it's really important that you spend as long preparing them and prepare them as carefully as you do your pieces, that you listen to the music and that you've really thought about what it is in that extract that's important for us to hear, both musically and technically, so that we can really see you at your best, because in the end that's what you're going to be doing, playing orchestral music together in the NYO.
And it's going to be a really good trip, a voyage of discovery for each young musician to find out these new pieces and to listen to them, not in the car as they're going to holiday, but actually to listen to them on their iPads or whatever, and get to know the music and get to know the character, get to know where the character changes and to try and play each different piece in the character which it's written in.
So there's a workshop in the first round, and it's really a chance to have a smaller version of what it's like to be in the NYO team.
We have a workshop so that people don't come and experience NYO in isolation, that they meet other people who are interested in joining, and also they get an idea of how the tutors work and what sort of things we do and what sort of experience they might have.
We want to give them a taste of what it's like to be part of a section, and the give and take that involves. It teaches us something about them, but we hope, more importantly, it gives them a flavour of what it's like to be in an orchestral section and the responsibilities, the musical responsibilities they have.
I think there's another bonus. In the NYO, we audition new members alongside existing members, and I think you can get a real feel about how the organisation ticks and what the standards are like.
So it's a real good team learning process where everyone at the end of the workshop should come home, go away with a really positive attitude from the day, a very positive feeling.
Now, an interview is a very interesting thing because it's an opportunity for you to talk about what you might bring to the NYO in your interests, your enthusiasm.
I think it's a very good idea to have a chat with the candidate to find out whether this person is passionate about anything, whether they enjoy making music away from their instrument, whether they enjoy singing, whether they enjoy dancing. And most likely they'll have understood that the NYO now is the forefront of musical education, where to internalise rhythms, maybe it's a good idea to sing, maybe it's a good idea to dance. And it won't be a shock to them if they come to the NYO and find out they actually do have to dance and internalise these rhythms. It's a great process.
The best bit about the interview is when the candidate comes in and actually feels relaxed enough to let us know a little bit about themselves. What we want to know as a panel is who you are, what lights your fire, what really gets you going about music, all sorts of music. It doesn't have to be classical. Please don't feel as if you have to impress us. What we want to know is what your passions are, and also outside of music, because we want a rounded personality. We don't want someone that's stuck in a practice room for 16 hours a day.
Playing in an orchestra is very interesting because, firstly, you need to be able to play your instrument for sure to manage to play the parts. Some of the orchestral parts are very tricky, but as well as that, I think you need to know what's going on. You need to know what the violins are doing. You sometimes need to know what the timpani is playing. You need to learn who to listen to. In a trumpet section, you're looking for musicians of all types. You need people who are the leaders, but also you need the type of player who can really fit in and support and play in tune.
I might have loved the way you played. It might be perfect, but I want to see how flexible you are. So I might ask for it a crazy speed, just to see if you can do it. I might ask for you to change the articulation, just to see how flexible you are.
We're also keen to see if you're interested in us and what you know about us and how we might work together. In our section, in the horn section, we need people who are strong at playing high, people who are strong at playing low, we need leaders, we need supporters. So we're looking for all sorts of things in the horn section. So there's a lot of space for lots of different characters.
Let's do from the 73 again. Be natural.
There are 40 violins in the NYO. It's a lot of people, and being part of a team is really important in the violins. We have a lot of fun, play repertoire together, and we like to mix up. People move around in their seat through their time in NYO, and it's just really important to understand and enjoy being part of that big team.
All sorts fit into a section. And we just like to have an idea right from the outset what sort of person they are. They could be shy, they could be outgoing, that's fine, because a section of 19, 20 people, we need all those characters.
I think many of the people who come to the NYO come because they've got a spark about them, they've got a sense of purpose, of wanting to play orchestral music. I think this is our common purpose.
Everybody has to go through this process, and the more auditions you do, the less nervous you get. We're there, we're your friends, we're human beings, we've been through this experience, and we want you to feel as good as you can, because if you feel relaxed, you'll play at your best.
Good luck with your audition. We're really looking forward to meeting you and hearing you play.